Hey, real estate agents, when did Zillow become the first agent your clients actually trust? Because here's the deal, buyers start there, sellers check their home values there, they form opinions there before they ever even talk to you or come to you. You're not the first voice anymore. Are you the second? Let me ask you, are you the second opinion? There was actually a time in real estate when the agent was the very first call. If someone wanted to buy, they called an agent. If somebody wanted to sell, they called a real estate agent. You see, that's changed. Today, most clients don't start with the professional. As sad as that really, really is, they start online. They search homes. They check the estimate of how much the home is worth. They read reviews. They build confidence in what they think they know. And by the time they reach out to you, something important has already happened. They have formed some trust somewhere else. That changes your role completely if you let it. You're no longer the first source of the information. You're the one trying to validate or correct what they've already decided. See, the agents who struggle fight this shift. The agents who adapt to it win. They show up earlier. They create trust before the conversation even starts. See, they position themselves as the expert before the client ever really decides to open the app. Because in today's market, the agent who earns trust first is the winner. They usually are the one that wins. So, what's the way forward? How do we adapt to this cultural change? Many of you are always looking under the next rock for the magic pill. You're just looking under everything, and you're always wondering, what are the top producers doing that I'm not doing? Why won't they tell me what I should do? What is the thing? What's different? What are they doing? Why won't anyone tell me? The truth is, guys, we make this more complicated than it really needs to be. The truth is, they connect and build relationships every day. Let's remove the word lead generation from our vocabulary and focus on continual relationship building. What if you built relationships to the point where when the people who know, like, and trust you, instead of going to an app, they reach out to you because of that trust factor. Think about the car industry. It's just really interesting. Can we agree that nobody really likes to go car shopping, right? Nobody really wants to deal with the car sales guy. And yet, Carvana has not broken the industry. Carvanas are not popping up in every city, and car dealerships are going out of business by the dozens. And then car dealerships are not reinventing themselves by having online ability only and free delivery and all of those things, because people still start their journey online and then they end up where? At the dealership, because they want that personal touch. They want to see the car. They want to drive the car. They want to talk about what it looks like to buy the car. They want support at the end of the day. And although they don't enjoy that process, the human behavior piece of us are what drive that. And so the same thing is for real estate agents. I have coached a little over 1,000 real estate agents at this point, and one of the things that they have found, as I have found, is when we put a system in place, when we take our entrepreneurial spirit and we put purpose behind it, and we follow a model, what that allows us to do is just work systematically with building those relationships in such a way that when people think real estate, they think me, they think you. And that's really where we want to position ourselves, is that trust factor. Why would we as professionals want to leave trust in the hands of Z? Why would you want your clients, You don't. I'm thinking you don't, but I'm thinking maybe the thing that's stopping you from building those relationships at such a level where they think of you when it comes to real estate is an insecurity that makes you feel like maybe they don't want to hear from you, or maybe you're bugging, or maybe you're pushing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here's the truth. We were actually put on this planet to build relationships. We were actually put on this planet to connect and fellowship with other people. It doesn't even matter what your beliefs are. This has been proven time and time again. As every forecaster has suggested that the internet's going to take something over that people are primarily in the use of, and yet that hasn't happened because the people interaction is what's most important. So if we were put on the planet to fellowship, if we were put on the planet to interact with other human beings and connect with people and build relationships, then what's stopping us from doing that? You don't have to be pushy. You don't have to have an agenda. What if your agenda was simply to build the relationship a little deeper, to add some kind of value? I often give the analogy of the ripple effect. And what I love about this ripple effect is there's so much power in what we cannot see. See, if we were standing on the edge of a dock on a quiet lake on a quiet morning, and we had just a simple pebble, and we just dropped that pebble. See, something happens as it falls. It's going to make impact on the water. That's obvious. And when it makes impact on the water, what happens? Ripples begin to move out away from the impact. And the pebble, what does it do? It just keeps falling to the bottom of the lake. It's going on its path, not realizing what's actually happening above on the surface of the water. And yet, at the surface of the water, the ripples are still going out. And to a degree that pebble has no idea the impact that it actually made on the surface of that water. We as human beings are exactly the same way. We make impact on people at the coffee shop, at the grocery store, at the drive-through, wherever we are, at work, at church. No matter where we are making an impact on the lives of other people. The question is, what kind of an impact, and are we being purposeful about that impact? If you're open to a conversation about how to level up your real estate business, or your life, maybe you're in the mode of making a career decision. I would love to just to have a conversation, just connect with what it might look like for us to coach together. I'd love to have a complimentary conversation. Just simply just reach out by clicking the link below, cornerstonecoachinggroup.com. cornerstonecoachinggroup.com, and let me know, or send a note in the comments that you'd like to have a more in-depth conversation. I'd love to connect with you for just a few minutes and talk about what that might look like. In the meantime, go knock it out of the park. Impact as many lives as you can for positive.